Welcome to Amelia Island Market Buzz, your inside scoop on real estate trends at Amelia Island in Nassau County, Florida. I'm Joanne Patience, a realtor with Iron Valley Real Estate North Florida, the Florida-Georgia Connection team. Each month, I break down the latest numbers, market shifts, and what they really mean for buyers and sellers right here in our beautiful community. Whether you're dreaming of your first home, planning to sell, or just keeping an eye on the market, you're in the right place. So let's dive into this month's update. Hi everyone, welcome to Amelia Island Real Estate Today. I'm Joanne Patience and I'm a realtor here in Nassau County with Iron Valley Real Estate North Florida, the Florida-Georgia Connection team. I'm here to talk about the housing market, what has happened in July 2025 that was reported from the Florida Realtors Association and our local board here, Amelia Island, Nassau County Association of Realtors. This is for July 2025. And in this episode, I'm going to break down what's happening with home prices, home sales, and our housing inventory. By the end of this, you'll have an understanding the month supply of homes, the number of homes versus 5.3 months, what's going on with cash buyers, and what it means if you're thinking about buying or selling a home here in the area. Let's start with the big picture. Home sales cooled off just a touch in July. We had 131 sold, which is about 3% dip down from last July, which was 135 sales. It's not a huge drop in number of homes sold. Think of it as market taking a little, and even the closings, prices are definitely not crashing. In fact, home prices are still holding steady, maybe a little reported for July of 2025. The median price is the middle price of all homes sold, which hit $499,000. That is up 4.6% from a year ago. Now, if you look at the average, check out the average price, we're looking at $659,869. And that's a 5.1% higher than last year. So prices are definitely holding strong. It's just that leveling out. Now, I've been noticing that buyers are taking their time these days. A typical home, it's not selling overnight like it used to. We're looking at, on average, about 56 days to get the house under contract in July, compared to 48 days last summer. So from listing to closing, that's the whole process. When it goes on the market until the buyer actually closes, it's roughly 98 days now. So that tells us that buyers are looking at more houses, negotiating a little bit more before they're actually willing to sign a purchase agreement. Now, we actually saw pending sales, new contracts, jump 16.7% year over year. So that tells me there's still plenty of buyers out there. They're just being a bit more patient with the process. So sellers, if you're listening, don't stress if your home hasn't been under contract in the first day or the first week. It's totally normal for it to take a month or two to find the right buyer in this market today. Now, let's talk about the inventory. The number of homes for sale. This is important, and it's really interesting. We actually have more homes available now than we did a year ago. The end of July, there were 607 active listings on the market. Now, that's a healthy number for our area, which is roughly a 12% increase in supply last year. And what does that do to our months of supply? So right now, we're sitting at the 5.3 months of inventory now. And if you're not sure what that means, imagine that no new homes come on the market. At the current sales price, it would take about 5.3 months to sell everything we have for sale. So that's about 5 to 6 months of supply is generally, so that's considered, 5 to 6 months considered a balanced market, which doesn't favor a buyer or a seller. It's a very neutral. This is huge that we're hitting the 5.3 months of inventory. Now, the closest we've been to a balanced market, this is the closest we've been to actually a balanced market in quite a long time. A year ago, we were about 4.2 months of supply, which was still leaning towards more of a stronger seller market. So we're definitely moved away from the frenzy of the seller's market and toward more of that neutral ground, not favoring either party. So there's a nice balance. Now, for any buyers looking to buy a home, this means you have more choices and less pressure to make that offer. You probably won't have to make an offer on a house within hours that it became in the crazy time. You had to make an offer higher than the list price. And for sellers, it means pricing your home right now and making it show well are the important things because buyers have more options on the table. So price it right, make sure it's in great condition, marketable, in order to attract that buyer. And there's definitely breathing room for everyone. And I think this is going to be a welcome change. Now, I do get questions, cash buyers. Are they still around? Yes, there are cash buyers out there. In July, about 35% of all home sales were cash deals, and that's 1 in every 3 homes were being bought with cash. This usually means as an investor or maybe a second home buyers that are pretty active, since those are the folks who afford to buy a home for cash and not taking out a mortgage. But last summer, we actually did see cash sale purchases slow down a little. July 24, there was about 38, which is a 9.5 drop from the year before that. Rising interest rates and high prices around that time probably made some investors stop and think and put a halt on their strategy of investments. But this past July 20, the pendulum has swung back the other way. We had 47 cash sales this July, quite a jump from the 38 year before. And despite that earlier dip, cash buyers have come back strong. This shows that investor confidence in our market is still very much alive. They're seeing opportunities here. We got island life, we got new construction, we got growth. There's a lot of positives here. Now, if you're a seller, a cash offer can be really appealing, which means faster closing. You don't have to worry about financing falling through. You don't have to worry about an appraisal. But if you're a buyer who needs a mortgage, be aware you might face competition from a cash buyer, especially popular homes, ones in great condition, ones that are priced right. But the good news is that with more inventory now, the playing field has leveled out a bit. So everyone has a shot. And here's some good news. This area, we're not seeing distressed sales, no foreclosures or short sales. So that is huge. That's showing a stability in our market. Even as things normalize, homeowners aren't underwater on their mortgages. And most people can sell for a profit. So there's no kind of panic selling that we saw in the last housing downturn in 2008, 2009. So in this area, the market is pretty stable all around. So what's the bottom line from all these July 2025 numbers? We are entering a more balanced market that gives everyone breathing room. And so this is what it means for you. If you're a seller, you're on the market, or you're looking to put your home on the market, you can feel good about your home values. We're seeing a slight increase in prices here, 4 to 5% on average compared to last year. But the days of getting 5 offers in 24 hours is pretty much over. Homes are not selling really quickly, so you need to be realistic about your price. Be prepared to wait through a few weekends, showings, or open houses. Buyers are out there because we saw that slight jump in contracts being signed, but they have more to choose from now. So that means how you price your home and how you present it is very important. It does matter. Keeping it clean, well staged, marketing is huge. Now, if you're a buyer, this might be the best market we've had in a few years. We have more inventory and that 5.3 month supply. You have a little breathing room. You can definitely take a bit to shop around. You might be able to negotiate on price or inspection repairs, things that were tough to ask when the market was really hot. Now, mortgage rates are still higher than they were in 2020 frenzy, but historically, if we're looking at the rates, they're pretty low. But the flip side is that you probably won't have to offer above asking price as often now. So, if the home is priced right, values are holding steady, you don't have that competition, chances are that you don't have to overbid. Now, overall, Nassau County's housing market is looking steady and is resilient. We've got growing inventory. We're approaching that balanced territory. Price growth is moderate and sustainable. And we have a healthy mix of buyers keeping the activity strong. I will be watching these numbers month over month. It could shape up to be a great period with both sides that can get what they want without stress. And if you're a realtor that's behind you and understands this, you're in good hands. So that's all I have for you this month's market update. And this is, again, a recap for July 2025, taken from Florida's Association of Realtors and also the local board here, Amelia Island, Nassau County Association of Realtors. So I appreciate you tuning in. I hope this gives you some clarity and insight into what's happening. You know, if you're thinking of buying and selling in Nassau County, please feel free to reach out. Like my podcast, follow, share it. I'm always happy to help you make sense of these stats and what they mean for you. So stay tuned for my next episode, and always happy house hunting. Thanks for tuning in to Amelia Island Market Buzz. I'm Joanne Patience, Realtor with Iron Valley Real Estate North Florida, the Florida-Georgia Connection team. If you're thinking about buying or selling, or just want to stay ahead of the trends, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an update. And if you like personalized advice about the Amelia Island and Nassau County market, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at 904-588-2673, or feel free to send me an email at FLNassauHomes@gmail.com. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you back here for the next market update.